Today is the 16th day reading of Sri Viveka Chudamani. We are going to look at only one topic, which is called Atmanatma Vivekamu. So this Viveka Chudamani is predominantly centered around this topic, discrimination of Atma and Anatma. Yesterday we have looked at the nature of bondage. Yesterday we have seen the topic about the bondage, and today we cover this discrimination between the Atma and Anatma. नास्त्रैर्न शस्त्रैरनिलेन वह्निना छेत्तुं न शक्यो न च कर्मकोटिभिः विवेकविज्ञानमहासिना विना धातुः प्रसादेन सितेन मंजुना. So this bondage, dhatu prasadena, by the Supreme Lord's grace, sitena, a very sharp, manjuna, a beautiful, viveka vijnana mahasina, of the viveka vijnana, the wisdom derived out of the viveka, discriminative intelligence, alone mahasina, the great sword. With other than this, na astraihi, not by any type of astras. Astras are those which actually once left, they go out, they don't come back. Actually, they will go out and hit the target, or they may not hit the target. Shastraihi, shastras are the ayuthas, they go and hit the target and they come back to the wielder. So, not by astrai, not by shastrai. Maybe modern day we can think about the guided missiles which can be guided to hit something and come back. Vahinina. So, astras, shastras are the weapons created by human beings. The fire and the wind are the great powers of nature which can fix up any kind of thing. Fire can burn and wind can dry up anything. Neither by fire nor by wind. Na karma koti bhihi. Not even by the crores of actions. That is what is the is what has been said. Na karma koti bhihi. So here actually there is a lot of discussion about these there completely no use of actions at all. So people always think we are not complete like Jnana Marga. There is a misunderstanding about the Jnana Marga, saying that action is completely thrown away by the Sankara's Mata. No. Here is a very important sloka. Shruti pramanaikamatehe swadharmanishta tayaivatma visuddhirasya visuddha suddhehe paramatma vedanam tenaiva samsara samoola nashaha. Shruti pramanaikamatehe. Only by the Shruti pramana, what is said in the Veda, Swadharmanishta, being established in one's own duties, performance of one's own duties beyond the ego and desires. Swadharmanishta. Asya Atma Visuddhi, by that alone the mind gets purified. Vishuddha Buddhe, with the purified intellect, Paramatma Vedanam. Paramatma's knowledge, wisdom of Paramatma, Atma's knowledge, Vishuddha Buddhe Paramatma Vedanam. Tenaiva, only by such Atma Jnana, Samsara Samoola Nasaha. Samsara is removed or completely removed, eradicated only by such knowledge of the self. So here, the key point here is Shruti Pramanaika Matehe. So this is the same thing in Bhagavad Gita also is said. Tasmat Shastram Pramanante Karya Karya Vyavastito Jnatva Shastra Vidhanoktam Karma Kartum Iharhasi. So based on this, all these things, what we can conclude here is only by the Shruti Pramana Karma, what has been said in the Shastras, whatever is the Swadharma, one should understand the Shastra, study the Shastra, understand the Swadharma, perform the Swadharma, getting beyond the ego and desires. Because normally everybody is ego and the desires. So people give away, don't give any importance to the karma which is Shastra Pramana Swadharma. So Swadharma Nishta, we are not saying Swakarma Nishta, Swadharma Nishta, being established in performance of one's own duties, which is one's own true nature. So, knowing this, understanding this, we can move forward. So, the karmas are not counterproductive to jnana, they actually help deriving the wisdom by purifying the mind. कोसै रन्नमयाद्यैः पञ्चभिरात्मा न संवृतो भाति निजशक्तिसमुत्पन्नैः शैवलपटलैः इवाम्बु वापिस्थम. Shankara goes to give a very wonderful example again, saying that Kosai Rannamayadhyai. We have seen the three bodies earlier. We said it is gross body, subtle body, and causal body. But actually, when we divide them into the multiple stelches which are uncovering the body, there are 5 such stelches will come. Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya, Koshas. So Shankara actually bringing a Atma Vichara through the Panchakosa Vichara. So going through the 5 stelches, understanding those things. Kosai Rannamayadhyai Panchabhihi Atma na Samvruto Bhati. So Atma being uncovered by these 5 different stelches, it is not visible outside. How there is an example he is given. Nijasekti Samutpannaihi Saivala Patalaihi, like the moss which gets formed on the top of the water. On the water itself it grows, but the green cover it will give, and it will not allow us to see the water. Only we put a hand and move away the moss, then we can see the clear water underneath that. Just like that, all these 5 stelches covering up the actual true nature of the self which is inside, even though they are born out of the same power of Swasakti, Nijasakti Samutpannaihi. Without water, moss can't grow. Similarly, without Atma, these stelches can't be there. They are dependent on Atma, but they enclose the Atma, uncover the Atma. So the best thing to do is remove that moss. Tachaivala panaye Samyak Salilam Pratiyate Suddham Trushta Santapaharam Sadyah Saukhyapradam Param Pumsam. Tachaivala paye. So by removing that mass on the top of the water, Suddham Trishna Santapaharam, so which can quench the thirst, Trishna Santapaharam, Pumsam Sadyaha Saukhyapradam. So like water only can quench the thirst of a human being, not the moss on the top of it. We can't drink that moss. So by removing it, immediately as soon as we get the water, the thirst can be quenched. So Salilam Samyak Pratiyate Panchanamapi Kosanam Apavade Vibhatyayam Suddhaha Nityanandaikarasaha Pratyagrupaha Paraha Swayanjyotihi. Panchanamapi Kosanam, all the 5 kosas, Apavade, after removing, after rejecting all of them as self, Nityanandaika Rasaha, which is ever blissful and essentially blissful form. Pratyagrupaha, which is innermost self. Paraha, completely supreme. Swayam Jyotihi, of the self-effulgent nature. Swayam Jyotihi, Shuddha Ayamatma Vibhati. This Atma, which is pure, which is always effulgent, will shine forth by rejecting the five koshas. So Atmanatma Vivekatah Vivekah Kartavyo Bandha Muktaye Vidusha Tenaivanandi Bhavati Swam Vijnaya Satchidanandam. So Vidusha, by a person who is a Vidvamsa, who is a Vidwan, who is a wise person, Bandha Muktaye, for the sake of removing the bondage, Atmanatma Vivekataha, Atma Anatma Vivekataha Kartavyaha, which need to be done is that Kartavyaha. Tenaiva, only by that Atmanatma Vivekaha, discriminating the self and non-self, Swam, of the own form, Satchidanandam, which is Sat, Chit, Ananda, which is eternal existence, eternal supreme consciousness, and bliss, unending bliss. All these things put together is called Satchidanandam Vijnaya Anandi Bhavati. By knowing the own self as Satchidanandam, one gets established in such Ananda, in such bliss. Munjadishika mivadrusyavargat pratyঞ্চমাত্মানমসঙ্গমক্রিयಂ vichitya tatra pravilapya sarvam tadatmana tishtati yah samuktaha. So again, describing the state of the muktaha, who is liberated. It is not just liberation, it is something beyond bondage, something beyond a supreme kaivalya or supreme transcendental bliss. Manjudishika, Munjat Ishikamiva. Munjat Ishikamiva is basically there is a type of a grass, blades of grass which come from a common root. Drusya Vargat, by it will actually cover up the underlying root or the root of that tree and that plant. So by taking out the core from there, by removing all this from Drusya Vargat Asangam Akriyam, which is non-attached, which is non-active, non-action, means not outwardly active. Prapanchamatmanam Pratyanchamatmanam Pratyagatma Vivichya, by separating it, Tatra Sarvam Pravilapya Yaha Tadatmana Tishtati Saha Muktaha. So one who has separated out all the Tanatma and found out the core existence, which is the Pratyak Atma, which is core inside, known as Atma, and letting everything else merge in that Atma, who stays, Yaha Tadatmana Tishtati, who stays, gets established completely in that core of the Atma, Saha Muktaha, he only is known as liberated, he only is known as attained the transcendence. Brahmatmana Samsthiti, that is also known as Brahmatmana Samsthiti as well. So such a Brahmatmana Samsthiti can be attained by the Atma Anatma Vivecha. With that, we covered this topic today, and from tomorrow onwards, or whenever next session onwards, we will go through a kosha by kosha, one by one koshas, as Sankara takes us into. So with this, we will close this wonderful day of Mahajjaya Ekadasi, which is very auspicious day, the Ekadasi coming after the Vijayadashami, which is also known as Papankusha Ekadasi, is known to remove all sins and purify an individual. Swasti.